Welcome to Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking is celebrating our 20th anniversary of bringing you the Gulf Coast's finest chefs cooking their delicious recipes with natural gas. This show is brought to you by Pensacola Energy, clean, efficient, natural gas. And now, Coastal Cooking.
My guest today is Homer Biggers, who along with his wife Linda is the owner of Another Broken Egg here in Pensacola, and Chef Jason Knoll. Welcome, gentlemen. We have got Another Broken Egg recipes that are to die for.
Baked Brie with apples, pecans, and a little bit of flambe of Grand Marnier.
This is special, isn't it?
It is. It's great to come to the restaurant for this one because it's so awesome for sharing. Bring 2, 3, 4, 5 of your friends. You're going to see just how well it shares up. And you're going to get to see Homer there too because he's there almost every day.
That's right. Homer and Linda, you all have done a great job with this great restaurant, right on Restaurant Row. Is it Gregory or Chase?
It's Gregory Street.
Gregory Street.
721 East Gregory. We love it. We have always enjoyed breakfast, and then to have it as a livelihood is delightful.
Well, you and Linda are the perfect host and hostess.
Well,
you really are.
We kind of fit. I'm a licensed, registered professional engineer. She's a registered operating room nurse. We have different areas, and when we got it together, it fit nicely.
Oh, you do a great job.
Well,
that parking lot is always full.
Learn the words "yes, dear," and you just do fine.
You have learned well, too, I might say.
Yes, dear.
Well, we are going to start our first dish, and I can't wait to see how this goes together.
Let's get started.
Okay.
So this is a no-fat, anti-fat dish. So it starts with anti-fat butter.
Best kind.
I'm going to go ahead and turn that heat up real quick. There we go. Congratulate Homer in front of everyone. Pensacola, his restaurant was the operator of the year, and 2 years in a row, highest gross sales.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You've been in business how long?
3.5 years.
3.5 years.
It's the customers. They enjoy it, and we do our very best by them.
You sure do. You sure do. You're great. And this is a mixture of apples and
raisins, and then we've got some pecans in there. Is it pecans or pecans?
I say pecans.
Okay.
You say pecans. Who knows?
Let's call the whole thing off.
Yes. Well, that looks good. Now, are you letting the apples just soften a little bit?
We're just get a little bit of caramelization with the apples, and then we're going to get everything nice and plumped up. This is just a little bit of confectioner sugar. We're going to add this in there, sprinkle it. This is all going to help to make a sauce.
Dessert.
Oh gosh, yes.
Those are Granny Smith apples. They're a little bit tart. They add to it, and it really helps.
And they have a bite to them, don't they? I mean, they don't get as mushy as some of the other apples.
These are going to be semi-soft, and this is just how fast the dish takes. It doesn't take long at all. This is really important. Unfortunately, all those electric stove users are going to have to find some matches or find a lighter, because what I have here is a little bit of Grand Marnier, and the flambe is the key. And I wish every guest could see us do this, but all we have to do is just pour this in here and just bring it over to where that flame is.
There it is.
What a beautiful dish. And Homer, I think that Brie is just about done, if I could trouble you to pull that out.
Right.
And you know, this cooks off the alcohol that leaves all the flavor.
All the flavor, that wonderful orange liqueur, and none of the alcohol. So, and what happens, the last part about this was just about done. We're going to turn the heat off. Once again, with gas, it's so nice because once the heat's off, the heat's off. We're going to let that butter melt in there. Forms a nice little sauce.
Beautiful glaze, too, doesn't it? Now, what did you do to our Brie?
So we just bake this in the oven, just for about 5-10 minutes is all it takes. We're going to pour this right over the top. Brie has an edible rind. And then Homer's going to grab us some toast points.
This is a great dish to share, isn't it?
So easy, prep it ahead of time, do this at home. And look we've got beautiful toast on that bread, Homer, good job.
So you'll just put it around the inside, Homer, and that's how you present it at the restaurant.
And that's how you present it at the restaurant. And you just dip it right in there with those bread points.
Now, how easy is this?
It looks easy, doesn't it?
Well,
it is.
It sure did look easy, and it looks delicious.
Linda and I quite often share one of these for lunch. And there's enough of it that if you split it among 2 people, it's a lot of food.
And the cheese is so rich and creamy, isn't it? I
Oh,
love
it
Brie.
is. Brie is really such a nice flavored cheese and really easy to work
And
with.
it
in the
spreads
restaurant.
easally, and you've got the topping here. It's
Yeah, I would.
perfect.
Just grab a spoon. I got one there for you, and you can make a little bruschetta there for you. Super nice dish. A little bit of crunch, lots of flavor.
Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Let's put that right up here, Homer, and front and center for everyone to see. Beautiful. I love that. So this is one of the special dishes on your menu, but you all are not just breakfast.
No, we also serve lunch. And
We want
breakfast
everyone
is
to know
served
that.
all day. So you can get breakfast at 2 in the afternoon. You can get breakfast at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also get lunch at 7 o'clock in the morning. Cheeseburger in the morning. We have some really nice salads. We're featuring some fresher items and some healthier items, such as our kale salad. We have some edamame and quinoa on our menu dishes as well.
Great.
So everything we have from 7 to 2 is available all day.
Wow.
But we have some changes coming. We will enrich the lunch menu considerably, and it's great. We've had a preview of it. We just finished a conference in Destin with all of the restaurant owners, and it's coming down the road. It's looking wonderful.
So you'll have some other dishes, special
We are.
dishes on the menu?
We're going to put broken egg on the Pensacola lunch map.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I thought it already was, but yeah, we'll just add to it. That is wonderful. Well, you have been very successful, Homer, and I know that you were the second Another Broken Egg
No,
in the
ma'am.
franchise?
No, ma'am. We were the 21st.
The 21st?
Tommy
Okay.
Green in Destin had the second one, and of course Ron Green in Mandeville, Louisiana, was the founder and got it started.
Okay.
And
Great.
since we opened, it's been a lot of fun,
I
a
bet.
delight.
And listen, Linda has done such a great job in decorating the restaurant.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
You walk in and you just feel like you're in someone's home. She
We
has
have-
done a beautiful job.
A lot of customers comment on that specific, that they feel at ease there. It's quiet, it's calm, they enjoy the food, and it makes a nice experience.
You don't feel rushed for breakfast.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't, but
You know the best decoration of that restaurant?
What is that?
Homer and Linda smiles.
Oh, yeah.
You're there most mornings, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
And we love it. We love our customers. On the weekends when they're piled up outside the door, we serve them mini muffins and free coffee. And the muffins generally are coming right out of the oven and they're hot. And the people feel like they are wanted, they are welcome. We're glad to
That
have
is
them.
great. I don't know any other
You
restaurant
can't
that does
teach that. We taught them how to make cook eggs, but we couldn't teach them about hospitality.
That is true. That's true Southern hospitality.
Well, we appreciate our customers and we want to show it.
Well, that's the way to show it. I know they appreciate it for sure. We're going to take a commercial break, guys. When we come back, we'll have more dishes from Another Broken Egg.
Heating water with electricity versus natural gas can cost twice as much, and tankless natural gas water heaters can add even more savings. So don't get soaked with higher energy costs. Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
Welcome back. We're cooking with Another Broken Egg today, and Jason is going to tell us what our next dish is.
So we're going to do a poached egg Benedict style dish. This is our smoked salmon Benedict. Happens to be somebody's favorite.
Mine and my wife's. It's so much flavor and so intense that we really love it. My
Well, I
favorite.
can't wait to taste it.
All right, we'll get it to you.
Okay, Jason, we're going to talk about poaching eggs first.
Takes the mystery out of poaching eggs. It's the healthiest way to eat an egg other than hard boiled because there's no fat, there's no olive oil. So we just have some simmering water.
Now, it's important to get your water at just the right temperature, isn't it?
Just below boiling. If you go too
Okay.
fast, the yolks overcook and the whites cook too fast. But you can't poach an egg unless you have an acidulant. So you could use vinegar, red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar. We just like to use just a little bit of lemon juice. Squeeze that right on in there.
Okay. After the water's come to temp?
After the water's come, you could do it before the water comes to temperature.
Okay.
It's just going to help pull the whites together around the yolks.
Okay.
And we're just going to crack this in there really gently close to the water so that it doesn't have too far to drop. If you crack it from way up here, it's no bueno.
And you can do as many as you want.
You could do as many as you can fit in the pan.
Okay.
So for us, we just do 2 eggs.
Okay.
This is going to be a big meal.
Okay.
You do want to keep the water moving, rotate it just a little bit. So some people stir, but it doesn't have to be a whisk. And so we're just going to let that, make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. But other than that, we're just going to let this go for 5-6 minutes. It'll be just about perfect. We got some bagels toasting in the oven.
And I think a lot of folks don't realize that it takes a couple of minutes. I mean, 6 to 8 is a while compared to scrambled eggs or an omelet. It just takes a while to poach these.
Thank you, because our guests sometimes forget that. We don't have food waiting for you when you get there. It's all cold and refrigerated as it should be. So it does take a little time, folks, to get these eggs
And
right.
cooked to order, so that's important.
Absolutely.
So how will you know when they're done?
So we'll know that they're done when all of the whites have become white. It doesn't have that opaque or translucent look to it. And when the yolks just start to come into a little ball. The goal for a good poached egg is medium, when you break the yolks and it just puts all of that yummy, yolky, runny goodness into the rest of the dish.
Okay, so we're going to let these cook just a little bit. And they're looking great.
They are looking good.
We just happen to have some that we have done during the break, and they're ready to...
Yeah, we're looking good. So Homer, this reminds you of a dish?
Well, of course, it's like lox and bagels, except we just add a poached egg to the top of it, and it is. If you've never tried it, you're missing something because they're a fave. Should I go ahead and get started over here?
I think, yeah, we can get going.
I think by the time we get to it, those poached might be right.
And of course, Benedict's feature poached eggs.
Yeah, I've always wondered what the history of Benedict is, but we have 6 Benedicts on the menu. One of them is a vegetarian selection.
Oh.
And then, of course, the classic Benedict with ham, a little sprinkle of paprika on top. All of our Benedicts come on an English muffin, but this one, in the tradition of lox and bagels, of course, bagels.
Yes.
So for the bread substitute, we've done bagels, and I think anybody could easily do this at home. This is the one dish of the Benedicts, the 6 Benedicts, that does not have a sauce on it, and I think you're going to see why here in just a minute.
Usually the
Close
holiday
enough.
sauce, huh?
Yeah, I think we're going to go with this, Homer.
All right, let's get it started here.
And what's the first ingredient?
First ingredient is cream cheese.
Cream cheese. Such a good hearty breakfast, isn't it? Telling you.
Wow, got it on my hand.
So you toasted your bagel, and your cream cheese is nice and spreadable. It's going to make it easy to eat too, isn't it?
Yes.
Look at your perfect poached eggs. And a lot of people get intimidated poaching eggs, but you know what? The more you make them, the easier it gets.
That's the best way of putting it.
That's right.
Practice makes perfect.
Makes perfect. Absolutely. As in a lot of cooking.
Yes.
Right?
The cream cheese is first, then smoked salmon. The salmon is all, they had a little crisis here recently about salmon, and we all had to get certificates on all of our salmon. All right, I think we're ready for poached eggs now.
You want to pass me that plate and I'll put them on there for you?
Yeah. Your hands are tougher than mine.
We'll get it done. All right.
All right. The real flavor that we add to it is the capers. They're wonderful.
Nice salty flavor, a little bit of dill.
Yeah. If you've never cooked with capers, you're missing something. A little bit of red onion. I love it.
Gives it a good fresh crunch.
Look how colorful this is.
It's just a beautiful dish.
It's a pretty dish.
And this is our seasoning from our restaurant. Can't get it anywhere else. We told you about it, we'd have to shoot you.
That's right.
Whoops.
So it's just a little, it's a,
It's our blend, and again, Homer, like he said, we can't tell you what the blend is, but it really makes the dish pop.
okay.
And there we go
Look at
Wow,
that.
great job, Homer.
for lox and bagels or
For two?
Benedict smoked salmon.
This
Yeah.
is a serving for one?
And so this is a serving for one. Can you believe
Wow.
that? It's all of our dishes, I think, are generous portions.
Yes.
They are. Your omelets, and then you get the side of potatoes or whatever, and I mean, it's a lot.
Would you do
don't
the
go
honors
home
of
hungry.
breaking that and let that yolk just run all of into that dish?
Absolutely.
Got a spoon right over there for you.
Absolutely.
And this is what we're looking for when we're poaching eggs. And look at that yolk just
Oh
run.
my goodness. Now, that
Good
adds some
job.
more color, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Thanks, Carmela.
Good job, Kitty.
Well, that's a perfect poached egg. That's why. That is beautiful.
Well done.
Absolutely beautiful. Well, let's talk a little bit more about your menu because you've got such healthy items on your menu. And I think there are a lot of people that appreciate that.
It's trending.
Yes.
People are becoming a lot more aware of what they're consuming, and we're doing everything in our part. For 2016, our menu will have all of the caloric counts next to each of the items. In the restaurant, we'll have a poster, an eye view of everyone that will talk about all of the sodium content. It will talk about the nitrates and all of those things that consumers. So we hear loud and clear, and we're going to do it and let people know. But there are a lot of healthy things. We feel as though about 20% of our menu is comprised of items that you could eat every day nutritionally and have a balanced lifestyle.
One of the more popular dishes lately has been what we call the skinny omelet.
Oh,
And
okay.
the ladies love it, and it really has grown in popularity. Skinny omelet, then you have the quinoa,
Yes.
and
the kale salad is so good.
Kale salad and salmon, very, very good dish. And the trick that we've learned to prepare kale is to make sure the stems aren't there,
Right.
and we massage the kale.
That is so important. Tell folks how you massage kale.
So again, acid is one of our friends. So we have a really nice vinaigrette that we put into a bag. We remove as much of the air as we can. So the vinaigrette is in with the kale, and there's salt, of course, in the vinaigrette as well. And we literally reseal it and just massage it just for about 2 or 3 minutes, and it works all of this into the fibers. So I grew up, kale was that thing at the steakhouse that
Yeah,
you
it
pushed
was
to the
just the
side and then you
garnish.
threw away.
That's right. We threw away all those nutrients.
We
but we
threw
didn't
away way
know.
too many.
But now when you do massage it, it just changes the texture and the flavor. It's much easier to eat.
Even the color, it goes from
Yes.
from a dull green to a vibrant
Yes.
green color.
Yes.
And our dressing in there has cilantro and jalapenos, honey, an olive oil, garlic olive oil infused blend. It's an amazing dressing.
Well, so many people are so health conscious now or have health needs that going to a restaurant where you know you're going to be able to find things easily on the menu that fit into your dietary needs is so important. People will seek a restaurant out for that. So now that you all have that in place,
another item
Makes
which
it
has
nice.
really come on strong is the pancakes.
The gluten-free pancakes.
Gluten-free pancakes have
Oh,
really
wonderful.
taken on, and we
I
have
bet.
we have people who come in who will thank us for gluten-free because up until now they have not been able to enjoy a nice
pancakes.
breakfast. Yeah,
Isn't that great?
And
Thank
thank
y'all for
goodness
doing
eggs are
that.
gluten-free too.
of course.
What's in your skinny omelet?
So it has some asparagus, roasted garlic. There's also some red bell peppers, roasted red bell peppers, some caramelized onions, and then it's going to be topped with, or have goat cheese in the middle, and then it's going to be topped with a blend of thyme, rosemary, and parsley.
Wow.
But it's white.
It's egg whites. Thank you, Homer. It's
It's
an
egg
white omelet.
whites. Okay, so that helps the skinny part
Yep.
get in there.
Yep.
That sounds delicious.
And lower
though.
cholesterol too.
Yes, what an omelet that sounds like. A great one. Try that next time.
It's the number 2 selling omelet. We have 8 omelets on the menu. The number 1 selling omelet is, we call it the Supreme. And of course, it's got mushrooms and sausage and bacon, and it's covered in cheese. That's the number
It's the
one.
non-skinny omelet.
Yeah. the fat kid omelet, I think we'll call it.
But the good one, too.
But then number 2 is the skinny.
The skinny.
And I think the number 3 for your restaurant, Homer, is the Hey Lucy.
Yeah.
Hey, Lucy?
Yes.
Hey, Lucy, I'm
quite a few people come in.
From
Quite a
Olive
few
Lucy.
people come in and they will repeat every Saturday morning. The same customers come back and order Hey Lucy.
Isn't that great?
Find something they like, stick with it.
That's right. No
Hey
dare
Lucy's
take
good.
that
It
off
comes
the
with
menu.
sour cream and salsa. Nice and spicy, just like...
Yeah, like Lucy.
Exactly.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Hey, we need to take another commercial break.
Let's
When
do
we
it.
come back, we've got another special item from Another Broken Egg. Stay with us.
Thanks.
Cooking with natural gas is more controlled than using an electric range. But more importantly, they're less expensive to operate. Don't get burned with electric. Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
And what would breakfast be like without a special coffee
Have to have a special coffee.
from Another Broken Egg?
We realized early on that we had to differentiate ourselves from everybody else. Starbucks has great coffee. Dunkin' has great coffee. What makes them great and what makes them different is they have chosen to privately roast their blends. So we spent about 2 years. We partnered with a micro roaster called HC Valentine. Look them up on the internet. Amazing group. And we tried over 200 combinations of 16 roasted beans. And
my
each
goodness.
bean was roasted to 3 different levels. The math was crazy. But what we settled on is what we call Barista's Reserve. So it's the coffee beans that the barista keeps for himself. So
Oh.
here is our Barista
Wow,
Reserve.
that's a good way to describe it.
And we get so many compliments on our coffee. It's got a good depth to it, and that's from some of the African beans. It has Central American beans, which give it a nice, bold flavor to it, and then it comes out very clean and anti-acidic. So great coffee, 3 different countries, 3 different beans, and 2 different roast styles. And that is our Barista's Reserve. It is available, but we are proud of it.
Well, that sounds special. Well, Homer, tell us what you're...
Well,
Gonna
in
make
our,
for this
in our
one.
restaurant, we have a number of coffee from the bar. This one is the Romchata. We also have Kahlua. We have
Godiva is one of my
Godiva.
favorites.
Oh yes, and we love
Frangelic is nice.
Frangelic,
yeah.
oh yeah, and combinations of the 2 or 3 or 4 of them, and they do good. This one is our Romchata Java, and it's not fancy. It's not.
But it's good.
But it's good. And
It is good. It's a rum-based, but it's done after the horchata. So in the Hispanic communities, they do a horchata, which is a nice, creamy, rich, sweetened milk. This one has alcohol in it, and I'm looking at him pour, and this is going to have a good amount of alcohol in it.
Okay.
just right. Get your day started. Particularly though, if you're on vacation, if
Or
you're on
end
the
your
weekend,
day.
Or injured.
if you are having a little celebration on the patio,
yeah.
come on down.
Well, and all the alcohol evaporates, right? Right, Homer?
Of course, the heat evaporates the alcohol. Yeah, that's for sure.
So make that coffee hot, right?
Exactly, and you can ask for 2.
We
And look at
toast it
this
off with
special
a
garnish.
with a little golden toasted waffle, and
How
gives it a little.
sweet. I
Isn't that
love
nice?
that.
Different appearance.
Yes, very different.
Someone on our staff did this at home with their Eggo Lego waffles.
Yeah.
And they just, I'm going to grab mine. I'm going to be dipping right into it. But the idea is that you have
There you
that
go.
coffee, that sweet flavor.
Beautiful. Well, we're going to let you hand them
It's
to
good
us so
stuff.
we can try those.
Oh yeah.
And you all have a full bar from morning until you close.
Right.
Too.
We have top shelf liquors. We have the normal run of the mill. That one's for you.
Thank you.
And of course our mugs.
So can I can get a scotch at 10 o'clock, huh?
Yes, sir.
How about that? Let's toast to this. This looks great. Oh
Isn't that
gosh.
tasty?
That is wonderful. And you can dip your waffle. How nice is that? I love it. I
Donuts
absolutely
are not
love
the
it.
only thing you can dip in your coffee.
I know that. It's perfect. Well, we're going to give everyone our telephone number. If you would like to try these recipes at home, you can call Pensacola Energy at 436-5050, or you can visit our website, www.coastalcooking.com. Homer, as we close, give all of our viewers your address and your hours.
Okay, we're at 721 East Gregory Street, which is coming over from Gulf Breeze across the bridge. Don't take the Bayway. Go right straight, about 300 yards on your left. We have what we thought was a big parking lot, and we welcome you in there. We would like you to communicate with us in any way. We would like you to go on the web or talk to us. Go on the web for anotherbrokenegg.com and tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like, tell us what you would like to see. We listen, we really do. We care what you say. We're not going to tell you what you like, we need you to tell us. And we really appreciate our customers.
Yes, you do. And that is so important, is getting feedback, because how can you improve unless you get some feedback?
Well, and Homer, getting that feedback and doing a great job and giving the customers what they want, that's why Homer's the #1 Operator of the Year franchisee with Another Broken Egg.
It's fun.
That is wonderful.
Thank
What
you.
an honor.
Thank you.
What, out of 54?
Out of 54. From California to Indianapolis to even on the East Coast. We're over there in the Carolinas.
Right here in Pensacola.
Yeah.
You have done us proud. You and
Hey,
Linda. We can't leave Linda
You can't leave
out.
Linda out. Linda is in
No.
there. She is right in the nuts and bolts of every part of that
sure
store.
is.
And I couldn't get along without her.
That's right.
All right.
Y'all make a great partnership. You
Yeah,
really do.
it's fun.
You really
it's
do.
fun. It's delightful.
Well, you've got new items on the menu coming out all the time. I mean,
We try every year to do it, so come out often. And again, with the feedback, if there's something, wow, you should have this, we'd like to know, because ultimately we do it for the consumer.
and your hours?
Hours are from 7 to 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Lunch and brunch all the time, and the bar's available too.
I love all of that. You can get lunch or brunch or breakfast, whatever you want at the bar.
Yeah, but
7 to 2. Couldn't be more perfect. Well,
you.
gentlemen, this has been so much fun.
well, thank you very
And
much.
you've already got my Brie waiting for me.
Yeah, I got a little, just a one-biter there for you.
Look at this.
Some creamy, appley, raisiny goodness.
Oh, and I've got my wonderful bagels with the poached egg dish. Looks so good, and my great coffee. My special
makes
coffee,
it.
yes. Well, Homer, you'll
Thank
have
you
to
so
come
much.
back.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Appreciate
keep
it.
up the good work. We appreciate it.
I enjoy it.
Okay,
Thank
and
you.
Jason, as always, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Carmela.
And we hope you'll join us again next week for more Coastal Cooking.
Cooking with gas.
Absolutely.
This has been Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking is brought to you by Pensacola Energy, clean, efficient natural gas. Join us each Sunday at 6 p.m. for more Coastal Cooking.